legitimately prefer a plank of wood. A plank of wood.
I don't have a plank of
More
wood.
than you prefer me.
I don't have a plank of wood. I can't do the thing. I can't. Hold on. Shit. I'm trying to think of a funny thing to. Okay. Hold on.
Legitimately prefer.
Do I have millions of followers yet? Do I? Am I famous yet? Okay. I'm gonna wait.
Focus.
Slap me in the ass.
You have just one attempt.
Here we go.
That's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Fuck you.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14,
Lower.
15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20,
Goddamn, dude.
21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29.
Stop it! Seriously!
31, 32, 33.
Yeah, that's as much as I can do. Oh, Jesus.
And he's dead.
Woo.
Respect, because
Fuck you,
he was
dude.
being beaten.
I'm gonna be like fucking have red marks on my
So
ass.
we leave the
got it
guys
in the
for
moment.
3 minutes and they're doing push-ups. Really?
Yeah, go
Who
ahead.
requests it?
Elvis, for Elvis.
Okay.
Cosmic Elvis, I hope you will fucking die in a fire.
What the fuck?
I hope. I'm talking. Please be quiet, bitches. I want you all to burn. And I really hope that every single soul and particle of your body is gonna disappear. I hate you all. I don't know why this is turning on for you. But if this is what I need to do to make you happy, you're fucking welcome.
Shouldn't have asked. You shouldn't have asked.
What's interesting is, despite it being so scathing, there were only 2 swear words in that entire.
Yeah, I got carried away. I don't know. Like, I don't know where his swear words.
Come here, Veronica. You wanna?
Okay.
There you
Yeah.
go. Now she's a proper cat. There you go.
Okay.
Amazing.
Pat me. With your eyes.
Oh, sorry. Yo, if you only had mom spaghetti. Oh shit. His palms spaghetti, knees weak, arms spaghetti. There's vomit on his sweater already.
Mom spaghetti.
He's nervous, but on the surface it looks calm.
Spaghetti.
To drop bombs, but it keeps on
Spaghetti.
What he wrote down, the whole crowd goes
Spaghetti.
He opens his mouth,
The
the
spaghetti.
spaghetti won't come out. He's choking how? Everybody's joking now.
Spaghetti.
Spaghetti's run out, time's run over. Blow, snap back to
Spaghetti.
Oh, he goes spaghetti.
Spaghetti.
No, he's so spaghetti.
Spaghetti.
Low, he's mad, but he won't give up spaghetti.
Spaghetti.
No, he won't have it. Anyway, see, family friendly stream. This ain't no family friendly stream over here. I can say fuck, shit, piss, motherfucker, cocksucker. Like, it's all open. It's all open games over here. I'm a huge proponent of free speech, so I don't like, unless the only exception I make is, like, obviously hurting people's feelings. But yeah, profanity, totally fine by me. Obviously, no hate speech or anything like that, but you know, as long as it's respectful, we're all good. Most young people go through the phase of thinking that because they feel something strongly, they're the first people ever in the history of the world to feel that way, and therefore they think that what they're saying is profound by virtue of them feeling it. Because it's new to them, they think it's new to everyone. It takes a little time to realize that lots of people have felt the same way about something, you know? It's one of those lessons you only really learn with time. Yeah. All right, go. Oh! You got her! Drink from my milk. Yeah. Yeah, no. Denied. Wait. Is it a level 4 spell? It's a level 4 spell. Level 4 counterspell. Denied. Fuck off. What sound does a very what sound does a chicken make when you annoy it too much? Oh, I always forget. Oh my god. Super important. I gotta do that with the special effects every time. Actually, I gotta. That's my super high tech. Wait, let's do that again. Hold on. I'm gonna do it again. I gotta work on my timing a little bit. Hello, everybody. What's going on, people? I'm seeing 5 viewers here. She's like, what the fuck? High quality production we got going out here. Super high quality. Pro streamer, one could even say. Your boy is working on some high level shit. Let's fix the chat box for now. Might have to switch it back to white at some point. Hello. Hey, Woochie. Welcome to the stream. Nice to see you, buddy. It looks like I've got a bit of a Shadow the Hedgehog situation behind me, but should be okay. We're good. What's up, party people? It's your boy. I got a pretty boring one today, I gotta say. I got nothing planned whatsoever. I have like a thing that we can talk about. I don't know, it just kind of came to mind, but honestly, I'm cool with whatever. So, you know, whatever happens, happens. Might just do like a small little, might just do a very quick streamerino, pizzerino. Especially because tonight is a special night. My girlfriend is somewhere else. She's not here tonight. Normally I would have her join the stream, but she went to go hang out with a friend of hers. So I have the night all to myself. Boys' night. So yeah, probably just gonna watch some porn and fall asleep crying. No, I'm just kidding. I cried myself to sleep. Did you choose to stream? Wait, what do you mean, would she? What do you mean if I chose to stream? I mean, yeah, I'm not being forced to, if that's what you mean. Or what do you mean? What are you saying? What are these words? I don't understand. Oh, because you have the free night. Well, I mean, I normally stream on Fridays, so I figured. The thing is, like, I've been skipping a lot of streams recently, and I'm not a big fan of that, because, like, I need to maintain a regular schedule. Otherwise, it just feels kind of disrespectful to whoever shows up, you know, my few but loyal viewers. It would be, yeah. I've been trying to keep a more consistent schedule, even though my work fucking sucks and has terrible hours, but, you know. Don't pay attention. Okay, bye, see you. Fuck off. No. We'll hang out for a bit. I just, you know, just to keep up appearances, just to say I've done it, you know. Not to mention, I recently figured out how to stream on YouTube again, so I want to like get people used to the fact that they can see me on YouTube as well. That's right. We are also streaming on YouTube.com as well as Twitch.television. We are live right now. Keep up appearances. Yeah, I said that 10 seconds ago. Woo! I hope that streams for you is like a good time spending. Yeah, I do enjoy it. My big issue right now is I'm finding it really hard to spend some time to like prepare content ahead of time because I'm so busy with work and other stuff. So it's like I like it when I have a video game that I'm playing because then it's just like I play the video game and that's the content there. But with these Just Chatty streams, for the past like couple of months, I've been having some major issues with like finding the energy and the time to prepare something ahead of time just so we have some content to work through. So that's been a bit tough. But the actual process I enjoy, yeah. Especially when I have a good crowd, when I have like a good, you know, rapport going. We got some jokes, some memes and whatnot. Speaking of memes and whatnot, one of my favorite rappers of all time, Digbar, just dropped a new beat. Let's have a listen. It's Digbar and Jake Hole, his collaborator. Hey, Wizard Ian is over here. Hi, good luck. How often do you have depression? Ooh, okay, good question. How often do I have depression? Look, YouTube chat. YouTube chat appears on screen. You're here. Yay, we did it. It's technography. Honestly, I don't have depression that often anymore. It kind of depends on what you mean. Like, if you mean by like clinical depression, I haven't had that for years. I've been really lucky with that. I kind of figured my shit out about 5 years ago, thereabouts, and now I'm good. Now I'm bueno, as it were. But if you mean like when do I feel very, very sad and or vulnerable and or emotional, I'd say maybe 2 or 3 times a month on average. It should be more often than that. I try my best to allow myself to be vulnerable. Actually, funnily enough, Suffer Buggy is really helping me with that. Suffer Buggy, she and I have gone through very similar kinds of experiences, and she's really good at communicating her emotions and making me feel safe. And so when I'm with her, oftentimes if I have these big problems, I feel comfortable opening myself up and being vulnerable with her. So she's helped me a lot to just unload some of that baggage that I didn't even realize I was carrying for a while. So that's nice. But I've always considered myself a pretty open person. But yeah, I haven't had clinical depression for a while. Not for a while. When I was younger, that was a big deal. Do you have depression? Is that why you're asking? Or do I just give off depression vibes? That guy looks fucking depressed. I mean, obviously depression is still, even clinical depression is a subjective thing because it's a state of mind that's kind of, it's like sometimes it's dependent on societal factors and sometimes it's a medical thing. Some people just don't have proper dopamine management systems in their body, and for that they just need medication. They just need some sort of just curious. All right, fair enough. That's a fun question. No, I mean, yeah. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a clinical biologist or anything like that. So I can't speak authoritatively on it. But from what I understand, some people have a chemical imbalance due to their hormones just not being right, and some people just have a series of unfortunate circumstances. And maybe sometimes it's a combination. Sometimes it's sometimes it's for example, oftentimes. There's been a clinical... Hold on, let me see if I can find the study. Hold on. All right, this is an article from Euronews.health. So I'm not sure of how authoritative it is, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna say what I'm thinking. That's what I read. Let's have a look here. Urban areas are more affected by depression than rural areas, but dense inner city centers are not the worst place to live. A new study has found that residents of suburbs are more at risk of depression. If you're not sure what a suburb is, just to be clear, this is a strictly American thing that has been adopted by a few Western European countries, but it's a very dumb way of developing your cities. Suburbs look like this. So a suburb, it's short for suburban, meaning it's not quite a city, but it's supposed to have the same infrastructure of a city, but it's just wider open. And the idea is that every individual household, every individual family would have its own house, its own yard, its own parking space, and they would all be kind of lined up in this monotone. I mean, look at this shit. This is just depressing. Look, every house almost identical. Look at this. What the fuck? And aside from it looking gaudy as hell and super expensive and a net drain on the American taxpayer, these are also high areas of depression. And the main, I think they go into why do city centers look better for mental health. Basically, the issue is density, specifically density of infrastructure and density of societal, cultural centers, basically. So in these kind of suburbs, the big issue is that unless you have a car, you can't get around nowhere. You, like, the nearest fucking gas station is like fucking 30 minutes away. The nearest shopping mall is like, an hour's drive away. The nearest anything is always some hour's drive away. And so, like, if you're a kid on a bike in this neighborhood, you've got nowhere to be. Especially if you can't socialize with other friends or anything, if you don't have any classmates nearby or like any kind of like neighborhood infrastructure, which of course, Zoomers don't have. Of course you're going to get depressed. You're going to get lonely. You're going to get like fucking nothing to look forward to. It's much better to live in a major city, because then at the very least you have, movie theaters, you have shopping malls, you have, escape rooms. You have all manner of different kinds of entertainment sources that are at least nearby, One thing I love about Riga is that it's a small city, which means that almost everything that I need is like 15, 20 minutes walk away. And like I can for everything else, I can go on a tram for like, 5, 10 minutes, gets me there easily, It's good. It means I'm never too far from the good stuff. So it's better than post-Soviet crumbles. Khrushchev. Oh, as in like Khrushchev, yeah. But because of the infrastructure. Well, there's other factors. Obviously, it's hard to measure like citizen happiness. Obviously, like that's there's even like the best happiness indexes are very subjective and whatever. So of course, like there's different factors. I would say on the whole, like the post-Soviet apartment block type stuff, I think it's still better. I think so, yeah. Like even if, because here's the thing. So I know that like Russian culture and Eastern European culture, people don't socialize. Most people don't know their neighbors, but they could, and it's much easier to do so than in this kind of situation, in the suburban kind of area, right? Because here you still have to like get out of your house, go over here, knock on this door. Maybe they're not in or whatever, blah blah blah. But like in the apartment block situation. But in this situation, your neighbor's like just across from you, and chances are there might already be like a group chat. Actually, what's funny, recently I discovered that the neighbors in my подъезд, there's no English equivalent for it, in my neighborhood, they have a group chat where they talk about like individual problems, like if there's like issues with the elevator, or I don't know, if there's someone puked on the wall or something like that. Which is kind of nice, And I've chatted with a few folks. I've gotten to know them a little bit better. Yeah, it's scary, but I feel like in this kind of situation, it's easier to do that because everyone's like living in the same conditions. There's more things in common. Ironically, having the same air conditioning system or the same like heating system brings people together out of necessity in a way that these shitty suburbs never could, And again, it's not even so much about the neighborhood specifically, but it's more just like the fact that next to this building, there's going to be like, a little coffee place next door, or like a cafe, or a little supermarket or whatever. And it's all within walking distance, which means that there's more interactions for pedestrians to, meet each other. And that's a huge deal. Again, it's a cultural thing. I understand that like culturally we don't do that, but we could in a way that these people never could. And on top of that, they also don't, Does that make sense? It's a proximity thing. Humans are creatures of habit. It's, that's why city planning is such a huge deal. City planning can really change people's behaviors in a way that is crazy. It really changes people's mindsets. Here's another one. This kind of suburb also heavily promotes car culture because, again, cars, you need them to get around, right? And like everything's divided by roads. But what that means is the pedestrian doesn't feel comfortable in their own city, in their own home, in their own area. Like there's a shitty little sidewalk if you're lucky, but that's not good. And that's why European cities are way better for that. even like Eastern European cities, even here in Riga, we recognize like they started like adding more bike lanes and expanding more sidewalks for people, especially next to like train stations and other places where international folks go. Basically, expanding the space that pedestrians can walk and reducing the space that cars occupy. Now, you might be thinking, won't that increase traffic? You know what's funny? Actually, no. Traffic will be about the same. There's actually a really great video I can show you by Adam Something. Adam Something is a really cool YouTuber. Hold on. Yeah. Why roads always fill up. This is a really, really good one. He made it about a year ago.
You're on your way to work.
Yeah. We can watch it together. I mean, it's only 2.5 minutes. Let's watch it together. I'll send you a link, but like, I recommend you check it out as well. Here. Bamarino Pizzerino. So yeah, this is Adam Something. I hope that I'm not going to ask permission, but I hope he'll be okay with me stealing the views. Go check out Adam Something.
You're on your way to work, driving, enjoying the freedom and flexibility your car provides you. But then, bam! Traffic jam. You inch forward on a congested 4-lane road for a good 20 minutes thinking about how the problem of traffic could be solved. Well, of course by adding more lanes. If the road is full, you widen the road. Simple, common sense.
Sorry,
the city leadership
I'm covering
agrees.
a bit of it.
The road is widened to 6 lanes and for a few weeks or months traffic flows better, but then, bam! Traffic jam again. The road is widened again, this time to 8 lanes, and for a few weeks or months traffic flows better, but then, bam! Traffic jam yet again. What on earth is going on? How come the road always fills up regardless of how many lanes we add? This phenomenon is called induced demand, first observed in the US in the 1930s, and our politicians have been pretending it doesn't exist ever since. Let's take this 4-lane road connecting the suburb with the city center. People in the suburb can either take the bike, the train, or the bus to the city, or they can drive. And many do, thus the road is clogged. The slowness of car traffic motivates people to seek alternatives though, like the bike, the bus, or the train. Once the road is widened to 8 lanes, people find that driving is faster now, and people keep switching to their cars to take advantage of this until the road fills up again and car traffic becomes slow and the vicious cycle starts anew. Okay, so why don't we try building so much road capacity that it will never be full? Wouldn't that solve traffic? No. Especially around large cities, there simply isn't enough physical space to build enough lanes to accommodate every potential driver. For example, the Katy Freeway in Texas, widened to now 26 lanes, still gets clogged up. We will not solve traffic by widening roads, just like we won't solve obesity by loosening our belts. By widening the road, instead of solving traffic, you only get to choose how many lanes of traffic jam you want. So what is the solution to traffic? Easy. Turns out induced demand also works in reverse. The less capacity a road has, the more people opt for alternatives. If lane reductions are coupled with investments into bike lanes and public transit, bam! Suddenly traffic gets a lot less severe. Less being late from work, less finite life wasted standing bumper to bumper, less noise, less pollution, and safer adjacent streets for children and pets. Take a look at this iconic picture of the Katy Freeway. Assuming an average US car occupancy of 1.5 per vehicle, every single person in this picture would fit inside 2 of these Stadler double-decker commuter trains. I know, because I counted. Now tell me, as a taxpayer, would you rather pay for the maintenance of a 2-track rail line or 26 lanes of road? Answers on a postcard. Especially if you're watching this from the US, next time someone tells you public transit is communism or something, remember, as a European taxpayer, I pay for this. As an American taxpayer, you pay for this. As the saying goes, a developed country is not where everyone drives a car. It's where nobody needs a car to get around.
Awesome. Thank you, Adam Something. Seriously, highly recommend this YouTube channel. He mostly talks about infrastructure, lanes and buildings and stuff like that. He recently did a thing about he really hates Elon Musk, which of course we're on board for. Any Elon Musk hate, we're on. Yeah. So yeah, if you want to learn about how awful the Cybertruck is, check that out as well. But yeah, so that's just the basic concept of induced demand. So the idea basically is that if people realize, like, some people don't drive right now in certain cities because they see the traffic jams and they just don't want to be a part of that. Like me, for example. I don't even have a driver's license, partially because I see all the traffic jams. I don't want to be a part of that. If the lanes were to be expanded to the point where it might feel like I could get away with it, maybe I'd start driving. I'd have to take lessons. But yeah, there's lots of people like that. So that's basically why the lanes always fill up. So we should not do that. We should make cities more pedestrian compatible. It's also just better for mental health, also for physical health as well. Cars are still polluting. They're still fucking. I mean, they pollute less than they used to, but it's still pollution. There's still exhaust coming out of the fucking exhaust pipes. Anyway, it's a whole thing. It's an entire thing. It is, yeah. But basically, yeah, depression. Depression in the suburbs. But again, depression is subjective, right? Like, one thing that I've observed in my personal life as well is that the kind of depression people talk about where they're, listless, they're immobile, they can't function properly, is the kind where people don't seem to have a purpose in life, or they're not sure what to do with themselves, you know? You with your Adidas outfit. Hey, Suffer Buggy, what's up, girl? I know, I look like the biggest douche. Douche man. Yeah. Actually, this will be douche 1000 right here, but gotta keep it classy. But yeah, so like a lot of people kind of confuse depression with just being sad because of legitimate reasons. There are lots of people who live horrible, horrible lives, but they're just sad. They're not depressed. They just have struggles in life. And it's actually been found on many occasions that like the kind of clinical depression you see in developed countries is very rare in developing countries. And like in developing countries in Africa or even in Asia, it's very rare to find people in the same proportions who are depressed despite having lots more problems to deal with. And the reason is because those problems are more concrete. They know exactly what the issue is, and they sort of have a purpose in life in trying to overcome those problems. I'm not saying that's a reason to have them. I'm not saying they're like happier for it. It's just a different kind of sadness. It's a different kind of issue, if that makes sense. It needs to be dealt with differently. Those are circumstantial issues that can be solved practically, whereas what we're talking about, well, I guess these can also be solved practically, but just different tools, if that makes sense. Yeah. Anyway, Wizardian, I hope that answers your question. Hopefully that was fun for you. All right, let me drop it down a little bit because I'm feeling chilly, and by chilly I mean chillin'. Yeah, I was gonna say let's. One of my favorite rappers of all time, Digbar, just dropped a sick new beat with J. Cole. And they're doing a lot of collabo work. I love it. Let's have a listen to Digbar and J. Cole. Butt Destruction. Available on Spotify and Apple Music. Let's go.
J. Cole. Yeah, it's not great. Let's wait for the Digbar. Hold on. Let's wait for Digbar's verse. Hold on. That was J. Cole. Let's listen to Digbar. Hold on. Nice. Woo! Rap Melly. I don't get that. Not the best, not the best now. But I'm still gonna let his booty talk. Hold up just a minute, one more thing I need to get off of my chest. I'ma call that nigga rope the way he giving me that neck. He wear multicolored thongs every time that we have sex. And I guess niggas do like chicken, cause they stay with them breasts. Ha. Alright. Well, not the greatest, but I'm gonna give it a like regardless. There's some good bars there. So Digbar's whole deal is straight bars only. Straight bars only. Seriously, I highly recommend it. It's just really fun stuff over here. One of my favorite lines that I recently he had, hold on, where was it?
from the lube heist. Oh, man. Also a collabo with J. Cole, the outro. Okay. Listen to these absolutely incredible lyrics.
I dropped like half my lube. Get in the car. Why my ass gotta be so fat and get stuck in the mirror? I ain't being a thick nigga.
Pour the champagne, lube runs down my tank. These stains remind us of the good days. A fate sealed if we speak or someone utters a name. I'm not stressed about it, too busy piping Jermaine. Weigh all your options and play your best hand. Enough lube for $1 million. One night stands with another man. Don't get it twisted. Would you rob the lube factory just to get fisted? I would.
And I couldn't agree more. I'ma use this lube to blow his booty up like C4. He said there ain't thick niggas here, you must be blind, I see 4. I got like 50 gallons on me, but I think I need more, cause I'm
I don't know why, but it gets me every time. I'm gonna use this lube that's blow his booty up like C4. Just... Ah, gold. Gold is beautiful. It's incredible. What is this nightmare? Oh, Sonichka. Oh, my good man. Listen, I understand that, like, it's, you know what I think it is? It's not just the fact that he's rapping about being gay. Although, like, the majority of Digbar's content is rapping about, like, having gay sex. And that's fun and all. What I like about it is that it's, first of all, it's lighthearted. It's like the rhyme construction is fun enough, and like you just like throw these metaphors in there. That's entertaining to me personally. But what I think was also fun is that a lot of like this particular style of rap tends to be pretty misogynist, and it tends to talk about sex in a very one-sided kind of way. You know, I fuck these bitches, I stick my dick in them, blah blah blah. But because this one talks about gay sex, Digbar kind of does it both ways, as in like I fuck these dudes and they fuck me too. Like he has like half the rhymes are about him sucking dick, and then half the other rhymes are about his dick getting sucked. And so there's a kind of like playful balance there that I really enjoy. That might seem like a very arbitrary reason to enjoy this music over others, but I don't know, man. There's some good stuff here. There's some good stuff. I recommend. It just feels, I don't know, maybe progressive is not the right word, but it feels more equitable. I don't know. It makes sense to me. Anyway, check it out. Oh, I missed Skyrim too. Gotta check that out at some point. Anyway. You guys like some weird rap? This is Digbar. Greatest rapper of all time. Straight bars only. Straight bars only. Straight bars only. A rapper for our generation. Anyway, the thing I wanted to talk about real quick, because like, I don't know if you've noticed, Sepher Buggy, are you still here, or did you leave already? You might have left. Sepher Buggy is my girlfriend. She's been on stream a couple of times, and we have a bit of a culture difference because she was born in 2000. Well, she was born much later than I have, and for that reason, we have very different cultural bases, I guess you could say. And so it's been really fun for me to slowly introduce her to the pre-meme story that she wasn't even around for, that like at some time she wasn't even fucking born for. So I thought that might be kind of fun to kind of look into, because I'm guessing the majority of you guys watching, you're very young. I'm guessing you were born after the year 2000. I'm guessing. Who here was born before 1999? Because I was born in 1990, so you know, I got fucking 10 years on you bitches. I was around when the SNES was still like a viable game console for most folks. You don't even know what the hell that is. SNES. The Super Nintendo Entertainment System, my dude. It's the real shit. You play a fucking quack shot on this, it's game over. GG. No audience response. All right, well, so I'd like to do a little bit of a history lesson, I guess you could say. I suppose that's where we're going with this. YouTube was launched in 2005, but it didn't really become a major cultural milestone until, I would say, 2006, 2007, thereabouts. And I was pretty early on that shit. But before that, we had other sources of memes. One of them was this little-known website called newgrounds.com. Hey, Max is over here. Hey, Max. Welcome to the stream. Max 6669268. Anybody here know about Newgrounds? You know what this is? You have no idea what this is, do you? Here, we're gonna put us on. Wait, hold on. We're gonna put us on the dark theme. There we go. Dark. And we're going to put the chat box. I wonder if I could like do two separate chat boxes. That would be kind of good, actually. That would be super smart. But okay, we'll leave that for next time. Anybody have any idea what this is? Newgrounds? No? No clue? All right. So before YouTube, there was this period, if anyone knows what Macromedia Flash is. Adobe used to have this program called Macromedia Flash. They don't support it anymore, I don't think. Or if they do, it's very, very limited. But this used to be the premium animation software for like budding animators. And back in the 2000s, this was the only way that bright, young-eyed animators could like make any kind of cartoons. And Newgrounds.com was one of the premier repositories for people to make not only Flash cartoons, but Flash games as well. And there were quite a few good ones back in the day. Some of the most notable examples you might think, if you've ever heard of Salad Fingers, if you're familiar, Salad Fingers, a classic.
Hello. I like rusty spoons. I like to touch them. The feeling of rust against my salad fingers is almost orgasmic. I must find the perfect spoon.
You are witnessing meme history right here. I hope you understand.
Hello there, young child. I'm here to inquire about your spoons. Might I ask where you keep the spoons? I see. Then I must leave. But first, I'd like to caress this rusty kettle.
Anyway, this was a long-running series that had extensive notoriety on both Newgrounds and eventually YouTube as well. That was a whole thing. But yeah, there were lots of different memes born out of this. It was a whole thing. The thing is, I think that like at the beginnings of the internet, at the beginnings of meme culture, there wasn't an identity developed yet. Like right now we have this like general sort of, I don't know, common identity that like most internet denizens have of being depressed because our, society feels like it's crumbling, our politicians are failing us. There's a kind of like a political bent to it as well. That really wasn't the case growing up, largely because the infrastructure just wasn't there. Also because the social media networks that now dominate our culture weren't as prevalent back then. Facebook wasn't really around until 2006. Before that it was MySpace, but it wasn't as ubiquitous. Nowadays it feels like there is a more common language being spoken, that like the kinds of jokes that are being spread have a common theme to them. Back then, in the late 90s and early 2000s, it was more just about like being edgy and different. It was just more about like wowing people, you know? But once in a while, you'll have a few jewels. This is one of the ones that really, really caught my eye personally. Yep. They know. So, as I understand it, Solange is asking, please tell us how to wake up to an alarm clock? How to wake up to an alarm clock? Well, the way that I do it personally is I keep the alarm clock away from my bed. So what I have here is I have my alarm clock on my phone. Here it is. And I have it on my desk, which is several paces away from my bed. So that way, I am obliged to stand up, walk down, and turn the alarm off. And for me personally, that really works because, well, by the time that I'm up, and I don't really feel like the need to go back to sleep. I don't know if that'll work for you personally, but sounds good? Yeah. That works for me personally. There are some people who can still go back to sleep immediately after getting up, walking down to the desk, turning off the alarm clock, and then like falling back into bed. But the trick is not to jump back into bed, right? As long as you're staying upright, you should be good. So that's the way that I do it personally. That's my trick. But to be fair, I've now I use the same alarm clock sound that I've used for, I want to say, at least 5 years now. So I've conditioned myself into understanding that if this thing goes off, I should be getting up. If I hear this sound, and you know what the sound I hear is? This is my personal alarm clock.
Get the fuck out of bed, bitch, go. Get up, and then they got go. Time to wake up, bitch, get up. Get up. Get up.
It's good stuff. You definitely want to turn that shit off for sure. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. I like it personally, but yeah, if it's annoying, that's even better. Yeah, you definitely don't want to use an alarm clock sound that you enjoy listening to, because that might even blend into your dreams. You might not even understand that there's a sound playing on the outside of your brain, you know? Hey, Mordax is here. Hey, Dex. Welcome to the stream. Hey, you're on YouTube. Look at that. Look at your comment is right here. Look at that. That's you. Hey. We're doing it. We're talking about ways to wake up in the morning. Dex, how do you feel about waking up in the morning? Is that easy for you, or how tough is it? Honestly, the thing is, I'm actually really good at waking up whenever I need to. I'm a morning person, but I feel I'm really particular about my time, and I really enjoy being prepared for the day. So the idea of waking up an extra hour early just to, get all my chores done and make sure I'm prepared, that's totally fine by me. I know that most people don't feel that way. I know that like most people are like, oh, I want a fucking extra 5 minutes. I don't need that shit. Just tell me when to wake up. I wake up at that time. It's all bueno, baby. It's all good. I guess I'm lucky that way. It depends on the time of year. Time of year. I'm guessing, like, the colder it is, the harder it is for you to wake up, I would assume. Curious. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. I will refill my drinkerino, pizzerino. And I'm back. How much green screen could you see? I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm gonna try to use the methods in the sound. All right, fair enough, Sonishka. All right, good luck. I hope you wake up refreshed. Hey, Shams over here. Good morning, Vietnam. Need to fill it on full volume. You know, I've actually never seen the movie. I've actually never seen Good Morning Vietnam. I hear that's a good one. I don't know. It seems a bit too old, but...
Good morning, Vietnam!
Nice. A Robin Williams classic. Let's go on, Sham. Yeah, I'm actually like in the market for a new alarm clock sound because I'm kind of tired of the one that I am currently using. Dak says, this time of year when the light levels are changing, sleep is precious, and I appreciate any morning I can sleep until the alarm. Oh, I see. Like, because it's getting brighter and brighter. So during the summer, you're having issues because it's too light outside. I probably won't be on long. I need to get some housework done and then back to bed. Yeah, of course. This is a very dumb time for me to stream. I totally understand that, for sure. Absolutely. I mean, it was either this or nothing. So, you know, I gotta get my hours in. Because I've been skipping a few streams, and I feel really bad about that. So I just feel like I need to get on and do something at least, you know, just for the schedule, as it were. Just to at least pretend like I'm streaming regularly. Gotta hit them algorithms. I was, before you came in and we were talking about summer is fine. I've acclimated to the morning light by then. Oh, okay, gotcha. So is that transitory period? I see. Before you came in, we were talking about old pre-memestory. I briefly mentioned newgrounds.com. Holy shit. You want to see some cringe? Oh my god, can I find it? Oh man, can I? Huh. Will I be able to find the cringe? Probably not. Probably not. No, I'm guessing no. No. I remember I actually uploaded a Flash animation to Newgrounds, but I don't think I'll be able to find it now. It was such a long time ago. Have you considered a what? A barn? What? A barn owl shriek from alarm noise? A barn owl shriek. Barn owl shriek. I don't know what that sounds like. Let's have a listen. Barn owl shriek. RIP headphone users, excuse me. Oh my god. Jesus. Wow. Excuse me, I apologize on behalf of streamers everywhere. Screaming bloody murder. Wow. Oh my god. Pogatog, I remember it. I don't even know Pogatog. What the fuck is Pogatog? Oh! No way. No fucking way. No way. It's not gonna load. It's not gonna load. No way! Oh my god! Oh, we're gonna see some cringe! Oh, this is gonna be peak cringe. Oh my god, I totally forgot about Mr. Pogatok reads a poem. Dax, how do you have the memory? I am so scared to look at this. This is gonna be bad. Oh, it's gonna be so bad. Oh no! Hey, Kaifushi Buryat! Listen, Buryat, you came in at just the perfect time. Okay. I'll set the scene. What we're about to watch, I haven't been here for a while. Dude, what we're about to watch is an animation. Do we have a date for this? I posted this, when did I post this? I posted this on July 25th, 2004. I was 14. I was 14 at the time. How am I doing? I'm doing well. I'm about to cringe so damn hard. Mr. Pogatog, oh my god. All right. I am unprepared. I am scared. I am unprepared. I published this in 2004. I have no idea how bad this is. This is my debut of me thinking I was going to be an animator. It's going to be a whole thing. Do be aware that you chose to watch this movie, and we're not compelled into doing so in any way at all. It's true. Whew, here we go. I wish I got like full screen. Can I collapse? What does that mean? What does that do? Oh, okay. Oops. All right, let's go watch some cringe. Let's go. Stuff and go.
Hi! You may be wondering why you clicked the link to watch this movie. So am I. But as long as you did, you're stuck here with me. Let me explain the rules to watching this movie.
Oh no!
On the top, you'll see 3 buttons and a stats window. If the animation is slowing down and doesn't match the sound, click the quality button. If you get
oh my god, I wish I could pause.
Ever, click the background button to enhance your movie watching experience. And if I get annoying, you may attempt to kill me. Now I'm gonna read a poem that the animator wrote out of sheer boredom.
The animator's me.
Yesterday.
Oh my god. Mail. Oh no.
Dear Mr. Podgtog, please
Podgtog.
explain what the hell you are doing. The poem you have is only 3 stanzas
Anton is my
long,
brother.
That will not last more than 20 seconds. How do you expect to make this a good movie if it only lasts a minute long? Now go and improvise. Well, I can tap dance.
You've got mail.
What the fuck, Anton? This isn't the script we agreed upon.
You've got mail.
That's how I feel right now. Oh my god. Oh, Jesus. Oh man.
I am responsible for the script, not you. So shut up and be dictated to.
You've got mail.
So it feels like this is more just me testing out different animation techniques, I guess, and just like, yeah. Yes, that was a bullet time reference.
Well, I refuse to animate all this bullshit that you are just thinking up in your head.
What was the joke with
You've
the oil
got
can?
mail.
I didn't even get that. Why did I think an oil can was funny? Oh my god. Oh. That was a Max Payne reference. Yes, yes, it was. Yes.
Actually, I spent
And now it's a
2
Predator
minutes
reference.
thinking of this last night.
Yep. We were big into Aliens vs. Predator 2 at the time. Oh god. Okay, an intermission. Yeah, I'm holding. Alright. Yep. We are reviving him. Sure. Okay.
I feel much better now.
Background
You've
still
got
working.
mail.
Seizure activated. Misspelled seizure. What is this? What it? Oh my god. If you're wondering when this
still not
ends, I have no
doing it.
idea. Comedy! I don't know, man. I don't know.
You've got mail.
An intro for the mail will be received is missing due to a lack of imagination and creativity. The porcupine people of Southeast Asia are to blame. We are now going to skip the section of the motion picture and go directly to the next slide, the one where he reads the almost last paper before you'd wish you would know what happens. Replacing reels. Okay. The porcupine. Okay.
Oh, so then it's my fault that this crappy smiley looks like shit. His eyes jingle along with his body. He has 10 mouthpieces, but none of them are connected to look believable. The layers are so disorganized, you spend 10 minutes every now and then trying to figure out what you did earlier. He's not even in a room, or on a chair, or even on a street. He's just somewhere in white space.
You've got mail.
Yeah, what was the fly theme? I don't know, man. Background still working? Yep, background still there. Yep. At this point, it feels like a challenge for the viewer just to keep track of whatever the hell the interplay between the two like characters are, you know, Pavel and Anton talking to each other through these like letters. Oh wow! State of war. For your convenience, the following scene should be seen in seizure mode. Okay. Sure, why not? Yeah. Holy water balloon in Israel? Oh my god! Oh, sorry, overhead fumes, excuse me. Okay, so I feel like, if I remember correctly, this was just like a... Oh, wait. Okay, gets stabbed by the oil cursor and dies. Where's the joke?
It's okay that you're gay.
I know. Mr. Podgetog read a poem? No, he actually didn't, but, you know. Courtesy of... Oh, 7,000 Useless Fireflies and Company. Oh, that's where it was. Oh. We got the answer. Did you enjoy the movie? Ironically, yes. For your personal comfort, we have installed a new feature called Snail Time. Unfortunately... Oh. Okay, you know what? That's actually funny. Okay. That was a good joke. That was the one good joke in the entire fucking... I did enjoy the movie, yes. Incredible. What the fuck was that? Okay, so what you just watched was a Flash animation that I did when I was 14 years old. Back when Macromedia Flash was the main source of memes for the internet. This is before YouTube, you must understand. This is 2004. Newgrounds.com. Dax, thank you so much for finding this. Oh my god, I can't believe you found this thing. Incredible. I can send a rant email? Does this actually work? Oh no, it doesn't work. Okay. Replay the credits normally? Let's go. Normal credits. Oh no! I'm stuck. General animation. That's me. Storyline and logic. That's my brother. Yeah, so the young lady you saw at the end, that was actually done by Rudolph Slobins, who unfortunately is not alive anymore. He passed away a couple of years ago, so rest in peace. This was an old friend of ours. And yeah, here's some of our references. No, finding is good. Long-term memory. Dax, holy shit. You literally kept this in your head for 20 years. I commend you for that. That's incredible. I was trying to find this animation and we found it. Holy shit. Also, I'm impressed with Newgrounds' servers for keeping this on available for 20 years as well. How? Why? I would have been perfectly fine with this being discontinued or, you know, deleted for server saving purposes. Damn. Anyway. Honestly, there's some good jokes in here. I'm actually not nearly ashamed as I thought I would be. There's some actual, like, proper jokes. But yeah, obviously it is. Okay, I want to play this once again because I want to see what the kill me button does. I didn't press it deliberately just because I wanted to see the full animation, but just in case there was, like, a kill me button. In case it, like, stopped it. I don't remember what it does. Replay from the beginning.
Hi! You may be wondering why you clicked the link to watch this movie. So am I. But as long as you did, you're stuck here with me. Let me explain the rules to watching this movie. On the top, you will see 3 buttons and a stats window. If the animation is slowing
Kill it.
down and doesn't match
Error?
the sound,
Okay.
click the quality button. If you get bored of me, should you ever, click the background button.
The quality button. So the reason that I had the quality button
And
is
if
because...
it is
Okay.
annoying, you may attempt.
I wish I could stop this. Can I stop this?
Now I'm gonna read a poem that the animator wrote out of sheer boredom.
No, that's not gonna work.
Yesterday.
Can I kill him?
Mail.
I can't kill him. Oh, I can't kill him. Okay, you know what? Okay, we're just gonna replay. The reason I had a quality button was because the way the Flash animation worked back in the day, there were 2 different ways that you could align sound with the animation. One was I forget what their names are, but one was like okay, it's hard to explain, but like there's frames, and then what I could do is I could have a sound play on a particular frame, and it just plays forever, or I could have it line up with the frames of the animation, and I chose the wrong one, basically. And I think there was a comment that somewhere here that someone said, like, oh, the reason that your audio is not syncing up is because you picked the wrong... Damn, most of these are like pretty positive. I remember. Oh, I have so many comments. Oh my god. That's really not great. And then we got to read the poem. Somebody mentioned about the frames. Anyway, that's the reason for the quality bit. And I'm actually not sure what the kill him button was supposed to do. But yeah, so you have to understand, I am a nobody. This thing got what? 17 votes. Doesn't even mention views. A 3 out of 5 score. And yet, I got, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 comments per thing. I got 20 comments. Or a little bit under 20 comments. For a nothing video, a random fucking animation. That's how narrow the internet was back in the 2000s. Like, the idea that today 1 million views on a video is like not even that impressive. Back then, that was a huge deal. I didn't get that far. Macromedia Flash, unfortunately, was a bit too tough for me. But I gotta say, I'm actually kind of impressed. And I'm also interested that I actually used to use the same old nickname back then, MSim. I don't know where like Mr. Pajta came from, but damn, this takes me back. I'm gonna save this. Holy shit, this is good. This is very good. I need to save this somewhere because that's beautiful. It's not bad for 14 years. I didn't really understand the point, but it's impressive. Yeah. I'm actually not sure quite what the point of it was either. The thing is, like, I used to at that time I was like genuinely depressed, and so a lot of my humor centered around self-deprecation. Like, it was like full self-deprecating humor all the way through to the end. So that was like most of it. It was just like the idea of like, it's funny when people insult themselves and each other, and yeah, that was like our dynamic with my brother for a long time. It was just like pure negativity, and that's funny for some reason, you know? Yeah. Damn. I don't even know where to save this. I really just want to, I'm just going to bookmark it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bookmark it. Bookmark. Incredible. Sure, yeah. That'll do. Damn. That's a real piece of history right there. Wow. You know, the thing is, like, I look back on it, it had legs. There was something there. There was definitely, if I put a bit more effort into it, I probably could have turned this into something. Would have had to probably get rid of all the copyright, but yeah. The internet was young. We didn't know what copyright was. And now, of course, people use other animation tools, so obviously that would have been different. Dax, thank you so much. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for Mr. Pajtog reads a poem. Where does Pajtog come from? What the fuck? I don't know, man. I don't know. Anyway. There's one more thing I wanted to share with you real quick. This is a, is Albino Black Sheep still around, actually? Albino Black Sheep is still a website. Oh my god. So aside from newgrounds.com, there was also this alternate meme website called Albino Black Sheep. I have never seen this particular interface, but like back before YouTube, when it was mostly a Flash animation website, this was one of those like websites where basically a small community of people would just upload random animations. And it just occurs to me that I'm in a weird spot over here. But, you know, whatever, it's fine. I'm going to be over here. Yeah. I'm not sure how good it is now. It seems like it's still like more or less the same kind of platform where small-time animators can show their fun little animations. Let's have a look at Bob and the Apple. Let's have a look at that. Anytime you're ready. There we go. This does not look
Hey, I'm
new.
Bob. I want an apple. Bobby's walking.
Connection issues. How bad are your servers? The fuck? I'm single clicking. Why is it? I'm trying to pause. There we go. Anyway.
Hey, I'm Bob. I want an apple. I'm just gonna take these apples. Okay, thanks. Bye. So great, having an apple. We're gonna have lots of fun, Mr. Apple. Yeah. You're gonna be a great apple, Mr. Apple.
Something tells me this animation was made way, way earlier than 2024. Okay, it feels like this is mostly a nostalgia type of trip here. But yeah, it says, right now I'm having a bit of a depression. The future is scary. I'm trying not to think about bad thoughts, but they're just coming naturally into my head, and they're not coming out. Are you feeling better? Yeah, I'm personally not. I'm not depressed at all. I mean, I'm sad. I have some like concerns, but I'm not depressed. That sucks, man. But yeah, I wish there was a way that I could help you. I understand that like every individual's circumstances are different. The best I can tell you is that this is normal. It's normal to feel this way, especially in most people's current economic and social political situations. So I hope that you can find a way to deal with it. The important thing to understand is that like what you're feeling is not a problem. Like the fact that you're feeling this way isn't in and of itself an issue. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people think that when they get depressed, like it's a defect, like there's something wrong with them. There's nothing wrong with you. It's more just like your desires for your quality of life are not congruent with your current life circumstances. And a lot of people feel that way. I feel that way. My girlfriend feels that way. A lot of other people feel that way. So I just want I want you to understand that like what you're feeling is a natural response to your environment right now. And if the environment can change, that's great, but it probably won't. So chances are you'll just need to find any number of mental tricks or tips or systems to find a way to cope with your circumstances being the way they are, if that makes sense. But it's not a problem. Like, the problem isn't with you, it's just like shit's just not lining up, if that makes sense. And that's okay. Like, it's not great, but I hope that makes sense. Yeah, you get what I'm saying. This is where both the llama song and the demented cartoon movie were originally uploaded. It's true. It's true. A Blind Black Sheep was definitely a source. The one that I want to share is this one right here. This one really hit me personally. I don't know why it like hit me so much, but probably because I was a sex crazed virgin at the time that it. Well, actually, does it say when it came out? I mean, it was uploaded 14 years ago on YouTube, so in 2010. But I'm pretty sure it's older than that. This particular video really hit me personally. Let's have a listen and a look.
Everyone else has had more sex than me. Everyone else has had more sex than me. Everyone else has had more sex than me. Does anyone else get that feeling?
Not anymore, but you know.
Teenagers naked, couple in threes, grandparents swing from the ceiling.
34. 91. 467. Damn. 67. 912. 1718. 0.
Our lives have to die of that, there's no help. My favorite way to end 'em is the odd weaver spiders whose petty pal enters the female pretendum. Then dies on the spot, his corpse is still stuck. Left for his rivals to curse it. He would rather die than not get to fuck. Personally, I reckon it's worth it. Everyone else has had more sex than me. Does everybody else get that feeling? Everyone else has had more sex than me. Does everybody else
I love the 3.5 right here. What does that even mean? Thank you very much for that.
Does everyone think?
This right here. This right here. The answer is yes. The answer is yes. Everyone has thought this way. So the band is called Tism. I'm not sure who did the animation. I'm sure they'll scour the internet to find out. But just yeah. Everyone has felt this way. I have felt this way. I'm sure you have felt this way as well. It's not even about the sex. It's just about the intimacy, the emotional connection, the feeling of exploring all that life has to offer. For those who want it, of course. Thank you for the kind words, Apologus. Do you have a girlfriend? That's nice. What's her name? She does not feel comfortable saying her proper real name, but you may have seen Sufferbuggy in the comments, in the chat sometimes. That's what we're calling her. I've never felt this way. Well, Dax, you're a special individual. And I guess for you, I guess it's a different set of circumstances. Yeah. I gotta say, Dax, I would love, I would love to, like, arrange maybe a specific interview with you. Because, like, as an asexual person, you have unique insights into our culture. Because, like, a lot of the way that, like, a lot of the ways that, like, stuff is advertised, a lot of the ways that people, like, interact with each other has that sexual component to it, which you don't register with it at all. And I'm just really curious how that, we need to figure that out at some point. Are you happy with that? So it feels like a relief for you, that you don't have to deal with all the sexual tension that a lot of people have to deal with. Okay, interesting. That's already an insight. Okay, I'll message you at some point after stream, because I'm kind of curious. Maybe we could do a thing. Would you feel comfortable coming onto stream and talking via voice chat in public, in front of my thousands of viewers? I'm kind of curious how I feel about that, because it's like my only I suppose no if you're not comfortable, that's fine. It's like I don't like my only understanding of asexual people literally comes from BoJack Horseman. Are you familiar with the cartoon BoJack Horseman? There's the character Todd, who later is discovered to be asexual, and like that's my only understanding of ace people. I've never met any ace people. I'm assuming you are, but like I'm not even sure. But like, yeah, it'd be kind of fun. It would be a good time. There's not a lot to know though. I'm not doing something that's very simple. You just yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah. Well, it's not about like your own mental state. It's more just about like how you. Yeah, it's more about like what I'd be curious about is how you interpret a lot of the marketing that goes around, because most people have sex drives, and a lot of marketing, especially, is focused on exploiting that sex drive, which you don't have. So I'm curious. I'd be curious to understand, like, how do you interpret those advertisements that are marketed towards a desire that you don't have. I'm very curious about like outsiders' perspectives onto things that are supposed to appeal to insider perspective. Anyway. Okay, Fushibita says, in this video, wherever has more sex than me, I found the pain in the heart. Yeah. Although the bunny with the 0 sign doesn't seem to like suffer as much. Yeah, I feel the same way, honestly, because like I remember because I was a virgin until the age of 19. And I knew there was something cool about sex that I was missing, but before I felt it, I didn't know what I was missing out on. After I popped my cherry, obviously I knew the physical aspect of it, and I enjoy it a lot. And so not having access to that regularly was a problem, for sure. Here's the thing. I feel there's a couple of things we need to address. So first of all, I personally feel like one of the easiest ways that we can relieve this issue is by normalizing sex work. That is to say, prostitution. There's a cultural stigma that sex workers of any kind, that is to say, porn actors or porn performers or prostitutes or people who exchange sex for money are somehow like bad or evil or whatever. That's a bad attitude. We need to normalize that. We need to accept that like sometimes sex and intimacy needs to be available for people who don't have it at that immediate moment. And like in the same way that like sometimes a therapist can provide emotional intimacy, I think that there could be some sex workers who can provide some physical intimacy that can just help somebody in that moment. That needs to be normalized. Cyberbuggy is back. By the way, for the Arrow Ace topic, you should watch Jaden Animations. It's called BDK Being Not Gay. She's Arrow Ace. BDK Being Not Gay. I don't think I found the right one. Hold on. BDK Being Not Gay. No. Arrow Ace. Being not straight? No. Being not gay. Wait, this one? This one right here? From cheated animations. That makes sense. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, before I...
It's fine. I just want to finish my point real quick. So, sex workers need to be normalized. It's okay for certain people to need an emotional and physical release that isn't necessarily tied to a relationship. I think that should be normalized. That should be okay. But also, people in general, I feel, need to be willing to be vulnerable and open up to each other. And that includes heterosexual men with other heterosexual men. Cishet men, listen, you gotta kiss your homies. You gotta hug your homies. Okay, kissing your homies might be weird, but like, you gotta cuddle with your homies. I'm sorry, I know it sucks. I don't do it myself. Excuse me. I should do it. It starts with little things. It starts with just like little shoulder rubs. Kiss all the homies. Seriously. A lot of heterosexual men, a lot of cishet men have this issue that their only source of intimacy is through a woman. And so if they don't have a wife or a girlfriend available to them at the time, they have literally no outlet for physical intimacy. Not sexual, just normal physical intimacy. Touch, hugs, kisses, cuddles. That's fucked up. Because there's a lot of men out there who need that intimacy but don't have a source for it. Heterosexual women, they got that shit covered. They have no compunction about that. They have no like cultural stigmas about that. They fucking cuddle each other all the goddamn time. The homies can do that too. Your boys can do that too. You just gotta normalize that shit. You just gotta hug your homies. Like, start with small things. Like if they're going through something, you know, if they're going through some tough times, just hug it out, you know? Do it in a manly way, you know? Do some pats, do some fucking like smacks or whatever, you know? If they just going through an emotional time, whatever, you know? Hug your homies. Makes all the difference. And then slowly, maybe eventually, in 20 or 30 years from now, you might get to the point where homies might be comfortable kissing each other on the neck. Platonically, as friends, as homies, to support each other. But like, a kiss is a kiss, you know? Like, lips are soft. This part of our skin is softer than the rest of our skin. And we can tell the difference when it's like, right? It makes a difference. You gotta kiss your homies. You gotta. I know it sounds gay as shit, but that's the point, right? That like the fact that we think it's gay to just give our homies emotional support through kissing is the problem. Gotta normalize that shit. I hate human contact. Please just not with me. Surely no touching. No. Dax, you're an individual. You got your own stuff. Not you. I'm just saying in general. Most people who have physical requirements, I guess you could say, that are not being met, have this issue right now. The patriarchy has normalized the idea that, may I hug my homies? Nice! FQ edits. Fantastic. You gotta hug your homies. Again, like, you start out easy. You start out in a manly way. Like, don't fucking kiss their necks or whatever. Make them feel comfortable. Just like fucking hug it out. Like, do like the fucking, yeah, my homies. Start out easy. Eventually, once you normalize the idea you can hug your homies for any reason whatsoever, celebratory, conciliatory, whatever, then you can start like, you know, just like, like, hey, congratulations. You got okay. This is it right here. This is it right here. The Key and Peele sketch, slap ass. You gotta know this one. You gotta know this one.
Oh, yeah, good victory, guys. Good good victory. Hey, come on, good game, slap ass, man. Hey, good game. Get slap ass. Yeah, guys. Reyes, man. Good game. Slap ass. Hey, who's next? Hey, Garcia. Come on, man. Get you some. Come on, let's get.
Right, I need to get back to my migraines returning. All right, take care, Dex. See you later. See you next time. We're gonna talk about slap ass.
Some slap ass over here. No. Why not? I say no, Rafi.
He's had enough, Rafi. We've all had enough.
Enough of what?
Enough of the damn ass slapping, Rafi.
Gracias. Okay, slap ass?
See, yes.
Guys, who cares how much I slap ass? So what? I slap ass. What's the deal, man? I'm a baseball player. That's what we do. We hit home runs and slap ass. Come on. Huh?
Rafi, that's not how we all see baseball.
Everybody does it. All the teams slap ass, man. And you slap ass, Garcia.
Like a couple of times a game.
So what, man? Why the you counting, man? Who knows how many times I slap ass or how many times...
427.
He counted.
Okay, time flies when you're having fun, man. What?
Our family's going to these games, Rafi. My son is always asking me why I'm letting this man touch my butt so many times.
And you say slap ass every time.
Every time.
Okay, hold on one sec.
Okay, so in the context of this sketch, this guy is addicted to slapping ass. But if you think about it, what requires it to be sexual about slapping another guy's ass? Not really anything, really. Like think about it for a second. That like a lot of this happens all the time, right? Like there's a lot of sports where men culturally condition themselves to think that in this particular context it's okay to slap each other's asses, which in other contexts might seem kind of gay. And that's something to be avoided. Isn't it weird that our culture is wired up in this way that under certain contexts it's okay to slap each other's ass, and yet outside of these contexts it's considered gay and therefore bad? What's wrong about looking a little gay? Key and Peele, man. Breaking boundaries. Anyway, I'm not going to go into it. You can watch the whole thing. I'll send a link over here. The point is this. The reason it feels gay is because it feels feminine to express vulnerable emotions, especially when it comes to physical intimacy. And a lot of cishet young men, like yourselves, feel the only way to express that physical intimacy is through a woman. Which means if you don't have access to a woman, you don't have an outlet for physical intimacy. Which is why you feel lonely. Which is why you feel depressed. The way to fix that is to find other outlets for that physical intimacy. And I know that's scary. Believe me, I've been there myself. It's tough. It's tough to let go of that ego. It's tough to let go of that manly image you think you need to uphold so that other people respect you. Somebody has to take that plunge. I'm willing to take that plunge. I'm willing to be the guy who's weird enough. I'm fucking weird already, right? I'm there. It's tough. If you're not able to do it, I totally understand. But if you can, though, if you can be that one guy in your friend group who just fucking wraps his shoulders around the homies whenever they're having a good day or a bad day, you can start the process of loosening those restrictions in a way that helps everybody. Because if they can get that emotional release from their homies, suddenly they don't need no bitches. They don't need no bitches for their intimacy because they got their homies to fucking help that shit out. You know, it's a support network. It's everybody benefits from that shit. But again, somebody has to be the brave one to start first. And I understand that might not be you, but if it is you, you're a fucking champ. And I salute you. Because that takes balls. That's real bravery right there. None of this fucking machismo bullshit. That takes real courage. That's what being brave is all about. Let's look at the video about being not straight. I'm really curious about this one. By Jaden Animations. Let's have a look here. 15 minutes. We're not going to watch the whole thing. We're just going to
Before I even say anything, let's lay out some ground rules. This is probably going to be the most open I'll ever get about my personal life. I know I've shared tidbits of myself and life through little stories, but when it comes to personal stuff, I'm very private. Especially within the past few years. I'm gonna be talking in very general surface level terms because specific personal details are for me to know, and in the nicest way possible, none of your business. Basically, this is something I want to talk about, share, and bring a spotlight to. But at the same time, you get the Cliff Notes version. So no trying to assume or guess anything beyond what I'm sharing within this video.
But that's my favorite.
We're all just strangers refusing to listen to the stranger danger rule. Alright, formalities aside, let's get into it. I've come to realize that I'm
I'll get to your question in a second.
For aromantic asexual. And I know what you're thinking. That's not gay. What the hell is that? And you know what? That is completely fair because I didn't know what that was either. Aromantic and asexual are two different things, and I'm gonna break them down to you separately, starting with aromantic because no one really knows what that one is. And also, it's my personal favorite. Someone who's aromantic is defined as a person who feels very little to no romantic attraction to anyone at all. So like, they might not develop crushes on people or feel the need to be in a romantic relationship with anyone. Very general terms, but hopefully you kind of get the gist. If not, here's a little story example from me. Growing up, I never developed crushes on anyone. I remember when I was in 5th grade, kids were talking about their crushes left and right, and
okay, so I want to cover. I'm gonna sort of skip over this, but like, there's actually one more thing that I feel like we need to fucking break down. I feel like, especially in the past 200 years, people have been conditioned into thinking that the only way that they can develop stable societal structures is through a sexual relationship. And so when you meet somebody who is aromantic and asexual, it feels like, well, how do you connect with people? Well, that's the problem. We should be able to connect. Like, this person should still have a societal support network available to them. They just don't, because our current system is like, you have to have a long-term relationship with somebody that you are sexually active with, otherwise you're fucked. That's fucked up. That's bad. This didn't used to be the case in like most pre-agrarian societies, and we're talking like before the 1700s. Most people grew up in villages. They grew up in small towns where everybody was involved. A single individual was cared for at any one time, but like 10 or 15 individuals. Not just their parents, but their neighbors, their the butcher down the street, the fucking whatever, the carpenter, whatever. Like, everybody was involved in that shit. The town drunk, like, it was a communal experience. It took a village to raise an idiot, and it took a village to raise a genius. It was a whole like thing. We don't do that anymore because our societies are stratified, and now I feel like there has to be a man and a woman in a fucking nuclear household. It's dumb. It's ineffective. It's not society conducing. I'm preaching a lot, but the point is, the old model used to accommodate people of all sorts. People who didn't have sexual relationships with other people. People who had extremely sexual relationships with other. You got the idea. All right. Apologies. Do you have dreams? Have you had dreams in the past time? If so, what kind of dreams have you had? Yeah. I dream a lot less frequently than I used to. I used to dream like almost every single night. These days I have dreams like every, I want to say 4 or 5 nights on average. A lot more since I've been sleeping with my girlfriend. No, it's a pretty sure thing. I'm not sure how, like, I guess for everybody it works differently, but for me personally, I know the way it works is that if I have a source of inspiration, it tends to manifest. Like, the way that most people work is they always have dreams, they just don't remember them. I remember my dreams when I feel inspired enough to like retain that memory in my head, if that makes sense. The last dream I had, what was it? Wait. I had a dream, not last night, but a couple of... Wait. What was it? I was on a beach house with my friends. My girlfriend was there, and a different girl was hitting on me, and I had to tell her, I'm sorry, I have a girlfriend. I remember that. I remember the visuals. It's hard for me to explain them, but I have that for sure. I used to have a lot more fantastic dreams, and sometimes I still do. I remember, like, when I was younger, I used to have dreams that would more or less recur in the same universe, if that makes sense. So, like, night after night, they would be the dreams that would happen in the same world that I constructed in my head that I would come back to. I remember there was, like, this, like, futuristic city that I used to go to, or, like, a series of cities that had the same topography and environment. It's hard to explain in words. But it happens sometimes, yeah. Not as frequently as I used to, for sure. Dreams feel like a very personal experience because every time that people explain their own dreams, they explain something very different. Some people, okay, here's an example. Some people smell in their dreams, some people don't. For me, most of my dreams are only audio and video. That's it. I see things, I hear things, and that's it. I don't smell, I don't taste, I don't touch. It feels like I'm touching something in the moment, but then when I wake up, I can't remember what it feels like to touch the things that I was touching at the time. It's only audio visual. That's me. But other people feel differently. I know that for a fact. There are some people who retain the smells, the tastes, the touch sensory parts of their... So, like, it's different. It feels like it depends on what your subconscious chooses to remember from the night before. You know? Because everybody always dreams. That's what happens in the REM cycle, right? Boom. So if we go to Wikipedia, right? The sleep cycle is oscillation between the slow wave and REM, paradoxical, phases of sleep. REM is the rapid eye movement phase, and that's when you dream. When rapid eye movement happens, that's when you dream. And it might feel like it happens for hours on end, but it actually happens in a matter of minutes. And it usually, like, if you wake up from a dream, chances are the REM section already happened a while ago, and you're just waking up to it. Have you heard about a theory that dreams are alternate worlds? Oh, God. Oh, that's so dumb, buddy. That's so fucking dumb. And when you die in dreams, it's like happening in parallels. Oh my God, dude. Yes, it's not a theory, it's fucking fantasy, dude. It's a fantasy. Oh my God. Okay. Listen. Okay. I cannot prove that is not true. What I can say, though, is that there have been multiple studies that have shown that the things that people dream about are in direct correlation with their real-life events, and that can be tracked. Basically, the way it works is that your subconscious always has like a stream of consciousness going in the background, and when you sleep, it's more easily accessible. But what your stream of consciousness focuses on depends on what's happening in your life. Sometimes your conscious brain focuses on it, sometimes it doesn't. But either way, you can only draw from the experiences that you're having in your own real life. If they're configured in a different way, that's because your brain is trying to make sense of the conscious perception of it. But you'll notice that there's nothing you can imagine that hasn't in some way at least happened in your life, or at least you haven't experienced. Which is much harder to parse, of course, because now we have movies and TV and other media that, like, fuck with our brain's ability to understand what's actually happening, what's not, what hasn't happened. Because, like, you know, we see the thing happening on screen, we can imagine it's happening. The point is this. If it feels like something has happened in your dreams that, like, might be an alternate reality, that's happening in your brain. It's very tempting to imagine that, like, it could be happening somewhere else in the real life, and it might be, but there is no way to verify that. Even if you are experiencing a reality from outside of a different dimension or whatever, there is no way to prove that, so there's no point to believe in it. I know it's tempting. I know it sounds fun. Like, oh, but what if you're actually translated? Who gives a shit? You're never going to confirm that, and why would you want to believe it then? If it's not actionable, if it's not reliable information, what's the point of believing that? To make yourself feel better? Okay, cool. You feel better knowing that you are gaining access to other alternate dimensions. So fucking what? Is that helping you in your real life? Is it? I don't think so, right? It's not helping me. A lot of people, like, that's the... honestly, I feel like that's the most source of, like, religious and, like, supernatural thinking. It's a cope mechanism. It's cope for being disappointed in the mundanity of real life, which to me feels like a failure of processing, really. The real world, the actual real world that we live in right now is so wonderful. It's so beautiful. If you just take the time to understand how it works and, go through it. And yeah, our current economic situation sucks, and I totally understand the desire to escape into another fantasy that, like, not our real world, because the way we've constructed our societies fucking sucks right now. I totally get that. But that doesn't mean that it is real. You wanting it to be real isn't the same thing as it being real, you know? Yeah. And, like, again, like, depending on the way that multiverse theory works, there might be alternate realities that are directly correspondent to the way that you are picturing in your brain, but you have no way of confirming that what you're seeing in your brain corresponds or even is reality for somebody else. There's no way to tell. And the more likely explanation is that your brain is just, like, randomly compiling the sensory perceptions that it's getting from this real world, from real life. Because there's been, like, studies on that already. Yeah. Does that make sense? Again, I understand the temptation of believing there might be other worlds out there, and there might be. But again, what does that give you? Like, what tangible difference does it make if there are other worlds out there? Does it make you feel better knowing that this is not the only real world out there? Okay, cool, but, like, you still have to deal with this one. And this is the one that you're in, you know? It's not like if all of us on the planet collectively, like, say, like, we know we're in one of multiple worlds out there, show me the other one. It's not like the portal is going to open up and we can, like, jump into it and go to fucking Narnia or some shit, you know? Like, this is the world we live in. Is this a theory? No, it's not a theory, it's a guess. Theory means something very different. It's not going to take it seriously? It's like a joke. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. So the word theory has two different meanings, and I genuinely, like, I really don't like when that shit is misinterpreted. So the word theory in scientific terms means something very specific. Let's go to Merriam-Webster right here. So in scientific terms, a theory is a plausible or scientifically acceptable general principle or a body of principles offered to explain phenomena. So it's not just a hypothesis, which is just an educated guess. It's a hypothesis that has tangible evidence and proof to support it. Like, for example, the theory of gravity. Now, gravity is a theory, meaning that technically it's not an assertion that this is definitely true. It's the best guess at what's happening with the physical world. But based on the theory of gravity, we have physical systems that rely on it being true and are consistent and are reliable. So we have a lot of evidence to support the theory of gravity working the way that we think it does, because there are literal machines out there that operate exactly the way that you expect them to if the theory of gravity is real. Now, the way that most people think of the word theory is like a general guess, an ideal or hypothetical set of facts, principles, or circumstances often used to phrase in theory. And that's where the word, like, that's what the contention is, right? People think that, like, theory just means, like, a guess that has, like, you know, like a synonym for the word guess, a conjecture, right? Not the same thing. What you described was a conjecture, a hypothesis. It has no basis in fact. There's no evidence to support the idea that people like dream us out. And like, I know I'm being anal about this, but the reason I'm being so harsh on this is because I feel like a lot of people are spending so much unnecessary energy imagining these worlds when they could be dealing with their realities. Like, there's a lot of creative and imaginative people out there who are wasting so much goddamn time basically delving in fantasies. And I hate that. It's such a huge waste of effort. We could put that energy into something that's actually useful and productive, but instead we're dealing with fucking alternate lives and fucking reincarnation and shit. Like, come on, man. Fuck. And again, I understand where it comes from. It's from the desire to imagine there might be a different world than the one we live in today. I get that. But it doesn't make it real. You know? Like, your desire to make it real doesn't make it real. And that's why I get so upset about it. Because I understand the desire. I disagree with it, but I understand it. Anyway, that's my little spiel. That's my little rant for the day. It's the same as like a deja vu as well, you know? Like, we've already understood. Like, there's already been a scientific explanation for what deja vu is. It's the lapse between your short-term and long-term memory. It's a very simple explanation. But a lot of people want to think, like, oh, deja vu means I'm accessing an alternate reality. Like, woo! Unproductive. Unhelpful. Anyway. The real world is plenty wonderful. We don't need to invent fantasies for it. That's what I believe. Anyway. All right, my dear friends, I think it's time for me to call it a day. I feel like I've delved into lecture mode a little bit too much. Hopefully we've discussed at least a few things that were mildly interesting. I had a lot of fun. I discovered something about myself and a piece of history that I lost for literally 20 years that has been recovered for me. So that's fun. That's cool. But I'm gonna call it a day here. We're gonna call it quits. Join me on Monday, the 22nd, when we will continue going through our Roller Coaster Tycoon adventure. I might jump into Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, which should be fun. I guess we'll see how that goes. But yeah. Until then, I hope that you have a fantastic weekend, because it's coming up. I hope that you are loved. I hope that you are happy. And if you're not, I hope that you find a way to be loved and happy soon. You deserve it. Everybody deserves it. But you especially. Because you tune into the stream. And that makes you special in my eyes. All right. Good night, everybody. Have a good one.